Hello! Today's talk is about something that is fairly obvious to me, and I wish was fairly obvious to most people, but clearly can't be so obvious because of all the problems that we see in the world. The topic is physical activity in children and its benefits to health, well-being and cleverness, or more technically, cognition/cognitive development, or more simply, how well kids do in school subjects. I say this seems obvious to me. I cycle to work every day. It takes me about an hour to get to work, and I arrive feeling not tired and sleepy, but motivated and ready to do a day's work. My brain is switched on. It's alert when I arrive. My body is flooded with endorphins. That's the feel-good chemical. It makes us feel good after doing exercise. It seems the same is true for kids. A group of researchers from a number of European countries and the USA came together for a conference in Denmark in April 2016 to compare their research and come up with an evidence-based consensus about physical activity in children and youth. The researchers were not just interested in the PE lessons and the sports lessons at school, or out of school in fact. They were interested in the wider implications of just being active. So that might mean how kids go to and from school, how much they are messing about outside at break times and while at home. What they were obviously not interested in was how sitting in front of a gaming console could be useful for kids. There have been, many arguments over many years about this. Besides cycling, I also do karate 2 or 3 times a week, and my instructor, or sensei as he's called in class, often talks about the benefits for kids of doing karate, and he encourages the adolescents in the club to continue training even when they're coming up to their important exams in school. He's convinced that the physical activity is good mental stimulation and good for their cognitive development. I have to say I agree with him. Learning some of the things we have to learn in karate is quite mentally hard work, as well as physically hard work. So, going back to this research, which incidentally you can read if you search for the Copenhagen Consensus Conference 2016 in any search browser. The participants came up with a 21-point consensus about physical activity in young people, based around 4 broad themes. I'll list out for you a few of the main points. The first theme is fitness and health, and they agreed on 6 points which all revolve around physical activity being good for your general health both now and in the future. The second theme is cognitive functioning. Physical activity promotes brain functioning and cognition, improved school performance, and importantly, time spent away from regular school classrooms to do physical activity does not negatively impact on academic performance and learning of the regular subjects. The third theme is engagement, motivation, and psychological well-being. The 6 points here are all about such positive outcomes as higher self-esteem and better relationships with peers and parents, better motivation and holistic well-being, improved life skills such as interpersonal relationship building, and better core values such as social responsibility. The fourth and final theme is about how easy it is for young people to access sports and activities and such like. They found that, for example, poorer kids have fewer opportunities, girls have fewer opportunities, and therefore more needs to be done to promote equality across all areas of the community for young people to access sports and leisure activities. So to promote all-round development of young people, an active lifestyle is to be encouraged both in school time and out of school time. Walking or cycling to school, very easy, very useful. Not taking the car. Being out and about in the fresh air at weekends. Joining a sports club. All of these are helpful for a child's development. I'd wholly recommend martial arts, very useful. Just to return to what I said at the very beginning, I said I thought it was fairly obvious, this research, and it should be obvious to most people, but clearly it can't be so obvious because of the problems surrounding it. And I hope most people are familiar with those problems of child obesity increasing all of the time. And that's mostly to do with inactivity, kids being sedentary, which is clearly not good for their physical health, and as I've just described, it may also not be good for their mental health. So, thank you very much.